comics. Basically, my opinion is my opinion. And because of that, I've decided to get a little bit of help from our customers. So if you want to do a review, then by all means let me know. But at the moment, here's a few reviews from our customers and other stuff before I get into the new reviews. Take it away.
My name is Jeff and I'm doing a review of Star Wars Legacy War. Star Wars Legacy War is the last 6 issues that'll wrap up all the loose ends from the Star Wars Legacy series, which is set 137 years after Star Wars A New Hope. In the Star Wars Legacy series, the Jedi Order is once again wiped out and falls onto a Skywalker again to try and sort things out right. Except this time, this Skywalker is a bounty hunter, a pirate, and a drug addict. Darth Krayt is back from the dead. For those who've been following the Legacy series, would have read in it that he found a few secrets to bring himself back from the dead, and he's basically picking up where he left off, trying to regain control and taking out any and all enemies that stand in his way. It's done by the same writers and artists, and hopefully by the end of the series everything should be wrapped up. Grab it, it's a good series.
Ladies and gentlemen, the panties have officially dropped. I'm Ash, and today I'll be doing a review of the Green Hornet in a way. I'll be doing it on the Green Hornet movie. What we have here is issue number 4. Looks interesting, it's the first official new Green Hornet, but we'll get back to that later. I went to see the new Green Hornet, and I got to admit, I'm not an overly big Seth Rogen fan. He's a bit over the top for me, but I thought in this case, I'll give him a chance and I'll go see it. I wish I hadn't given him the chance. The character was unlikable, waving his arms around, and he spends the entire film telling Kato that he's the hero and Kato is the sidekick. When you go to the film, you'll clearly see that Kato is the hero and Seth Rogen is at best a goofy friend. Honestly, it's not all that good. If you want something more worthwhile, get the comic.
I thought I'd just talk today about Penny for Your Soul. It's a series that I've been thoroughly enjoying. This is issue number 5. Up until now, it's been Mary Magdalene and Danica, the Devil's Daughter, running a casino in Las Vegas, basically giving men and women an X amount of dollars, but in return for the money, they actually have to sell their soul. Basically, Jesus has found out what Mary Magdalene is doing, and the devil has found out what Danica is doing, and the two of them have come down to start Armageddon. This particular issue, all hell has broken loose on Earth. The angels have come down and they are attacking everybody, and now hell has been loosed as well. It's a really good series, and I would suggest that if you're not already reading it, you give it a try. It really is good.
Okay, first up is DC Universe Online Legends. This is a mini-series based on the online game, obviously, you can tell from the title. Basically, the story picks up from the end of the opening cinematic. Most people have probably seen this cinematic already. So this story basically continues on after that. It covers all of the story with Lex working with Brainiac, running away from him, all sorts of weird things like that. It's actually a really, really good story. I'm not sure if the game follows on from it because I haven't played the game. But other than that, this is a really good story. You should probably check it out if you like any of the major DC characters. There's a lot of nice little twists with the villains as well. So yeah, you should check it out. Next up is Ultimate Comics New Ultimates, number 5. This is an excellent comic. I don't really get in with the Ultimate comics that much. Frankly, I don't really like them. But the way Jeff Loeb and Frank Cho have done this, the artwork is magnificent. And the story, okay, it's mostly Thor and I like Thor, but still the story is brilliant. It's fun and action-packed from beginning to end. If you want to check out any of the Ultimate comics, this is basically the Avengers for the Ultimate Universe. But it kicks ass. It really, really is an excellent read. Check check this one out. Next up is Dalmu. Basically, this is based on a series of novels that were released in China. Dalmu basically means grave robber. And that's basically what it is. It's sort of like a Tomb Raider-y type thing. It's actually a lot of fun. It's a really, really good story, and if they translated the books, I would so read them. This is a really, really good story. The artwork is really, really nice. And if you want to read something different, a little bit spooky and all that sort of stuff, this is a really good read. You should really check it out. And last up is Deadpool Cable number 26. Yes, basically this is just Cable number 26. It's basically how Deadpool mourns Cable's loss. And I just realised, if you haven't read any of the second coming stuff, you won't realise Cable's dead. Sorry about that. Basically, Cable has died. They've had a funeral, all that sort of stuff, and Wade has decided he wants to send Cable off in a glorious fashion. By the end of it, you have no idea what the hell's going on. I don't know if it actually happened or whether it was just some weird thing that they did, but Swazinski wrote a really, really good story. It's worth checking out if you like either the Deadpool or the Cable character, but it's not a pivotal storyline for sure. Okay, well that is it for the comics. Now we're going to do something different. You've been seeing the history of all of these other things. We're up to DC this week. Next is the history of Green Lantern. The Green Lantern was a series started by DC Comics and was created by Bill Finger and Martin Noddle in 1940. It followed the heroic antics of a masked man that, unlike the subsequent Green Lanterns, had a magic lantern that instructed him how to create a magic ring. This ring needed to be charged by the lantern's power every 24 hours. Sadly, this Golden Age Green Lantern came to an end in 1949. The more commonly known Green Lantern is still the current Hal Jordan, who was created in the 1950s by John Broome and Gil Kane. This time around, the Green Lantern came into possession of a ring from a dying alien that crash-landed in the middle of one of Hal Jordan's tests. As the book has continued throughout the years, many new characters have been introduced, and the universe of the Green Lantern has expanded. For brief periods of time, there has been 3 other leads in the Green Lantern books. Guy Gardner, the man who was originally supposed to receive the ring, John Stewart, an architect who replaced Guy Gardner, and Kyle Rayner, a freelance artist who came into possession of his own Ring of Power. Nowadays there is a multitude of comics, including Green Lantern Corps, Green Lantern Emerald Warriors, and soon to be a Hollywood movie starring Ryan Reynolds. If you want to jump into the series and follow the exploits of Hal Jordan, then I highly suggest starting with the Green Lantern Rebirth book. Or if you want to follow the other characters, you should try picking up Green Lantern Corps.